thing first, what can shock you about South African culture is, what can shock you first is water. In South Africa, it's the most, so that it's just in this world, I just feel like South African got the most clean water ever. Like clean water. So water is always 24/7. We have water. So most of African countries, water is a problem. Country like Congo, I don't know about other African countries because I just been in Congo and South Africa. So water, number one, is the best. South Africa got safe water. You can drink water straight from the tap. You don't need to buy. If you buy just because you want to feel fancy, or you think that is personal, you feel yourself, you feel like, okay, I need to buy water. But I drink water from the tap. Yes, sometimes we have purified water, but most I drink from the tap. They go safe water. When you go to country like France, America, Canada, whatever, they don't drink tap waters. It's like they buy waters and stuff. So meaning like South African got the safety water ever. And then second thing is that can shock about South African culture is freedom of speech. One thing when I came in this country, I realized that in South Africa, everyone is free to say whatever they want to say. And it's up to you how you're going to take it. But then, country that I come from, in Congo, there's no freedom of speech. You know, back then it was like Zuma. No, when I came, it was Thabo Mbeki. Oh my gosh. People can say a lot of things to Thabo Mbeki like this. In Congo, you can't insult the political people. Whether it's a deputy or is the minister, is the president and stuff, you can't. Anyone just in power, you cannot talk bad about him. Whether it's a celebrity, most of celebrities, even when you talk bad about them, they arrest you. You get arrested. It depends how influential he is. Even the government, when you speak bad about political people, mama, you can even see yourself next day in the mortuary or burying you. So you can, especially in the time of our old presidents, Mobutu, people used to die. Journalists, they used to die, and their child is like, when they're watching the TV, they see a handsome journalist, and they say like, Daddy, I want that. That's what they used to tell us. So it's like, yeah, it's like somehow, somewhere, I feel like South African people are blessed, and they're blessed, and they don't realize that they're blessed. And then the third thing that is amazed me is the way they put the papers for abortion. Oh my God! You know, it was one day. First thing when I went to learn English in Sunnyside. If everyone who live in Pretoria, actually you know Sunnyside. I went to Sunnyside. You know, by the harbor, not by the harbor. So it's the way they put the papers. You know those papers for abortion. Oh my God. I was shocked. I was like, first when I remember for English, like, abortion is for free. They lied. And they say also, samomas. Hey, if you want samomas. So those things. First word of English you can learn. No, not English. Samoma is not English. I think that is South African local language. Yeah. So that's what shocked me in South Africa. It's just the way they put the papers everywhere. And then I cannot say it's South African people that do that, the citizen. But it can be a South African, can be a foreigner, can be anyone can do that. So these days, anyone is doing anything. But since we just here, we cannot only blame to South Africa. Second things that I know is the state of force, yeah. And then also one thing that shocks me the most is hospital. Oh, you give birth for free. Mama, go just do your things. Carry your pregnancy. After that, going to the government, you push for free. You give birth for free. And the hospital is not like just any hospital. Like you can give birth in those government hospitals, not private. Government like Steve Biko. I'm talking about Pretoria. Steve Biko, because I live in Pretoria. Things like Steve Biko, Tshwane, maybe Johannesburg Hospital as well. So there's like a hospital that you can give birth for free. You don't pay anything, and they take very good care of your kids. And then they say the way the environment is very clean. Especially Tshwane, when I did give birth to my firstborn, it was looking like a private hospital. It was so clean because they did renovate on a lot of things. So you give birth for free, you don't pay any money. And then when you go to the government hospitals, they treat your child or yourself for free, but you just need to come with the letter from the, let's say if you have like maybe HIV or that sugar diabetes, yeah, you have a sugar diabetes, or you have any sickness that is permanent, or you need like a long treatment, and then you can go to the private hospital. They just write a letter for you that they recommend, that they tell you not to go to Steve Biko to check you, or Tshwane, whatever. So you can just go to any doctor, write you the letter, and then you take it to those big hospitals. You make appointment. It's for free. And then one thing that also is amazed me about South Africa is what you call this? The way South African live. South Africa get free houses. Hey, these free houses, government gives some people they got free houses in some shade. That shocked me. Most of African country, a lot of African country, we don't get that. We don't get that free houses. Never. So there's all things that South African they are blessed with that they don't really notice. You know, like it's like when you have a good father, you don't really know your father is good because you stop you from going out. You feel like this man is a bad person. Only the day you lose him, and then that's where you realize that my father was the best. So it's like since South African they live there, they love their country. They don't like traveling. A lot they don't travel. South African they love their country because it's blessed. They're blessed. They have everything. I can say that because I'm here. I'm blessed. So yeah, in South Africa, oh no, the way they assist their people, the way they assist everyone. Let's talk about the foreigners. Let's say foreigners, those who have status. Status like asylum. Those not asylum seeker, but status people have 4 years. You know, when you go to Home Affairs, you get like, I don't know if you know that there's a type of papers that foreigners have. So we have like a paper that's called status statute. So that status, if you have 4 years, so you're able, you can go to, what you call this, SASA? No, SAQA. No, SASA, you can go to SASA. So South Africa also do that. So you can go to SASA, and then you register your child, and they start paying you per month, like 420 or 450 somewhere there. So it's like in a way like they're trying to help the community as well. So the same time they're not only helping South African, they're also helping foreigners. You can get money, social money for your kids, you know, grant, they call it grant. Yeah, grant money for your kids. So I do get it. I gave it from my Facebook. I went to register. So I get that money. I'm okay, one of those foreigners that's beneficial on that money as well. So I get the money. I get for something. So yeah, you can use that money for something. You can buy pampers, you can take it. Okay, you won't do much, but you can still buy small clothes for your child. If like you're a mother, like you want to buy milk, whatever, you can cover you up. But those is not good enough, but also it's not small. Who in this world can just give you $400, 400 hands in dollar? I think it's probably can be like 30 something dollar. It's a lot of money. It's a lot. Yes, to other countries like overseas, not a lot, but in Africa, it's a lot. So that's what South Africa does. And then the first time when I found out about it, I was so shocked. I was like, really? They do give money? Oh, baby, said, no, na frisi bafuta bana loke shokanga ita ketona ebe kina frisi bafuta bana to uti ba Congo nga bana na bimela Congo non la leta 2 fois ya gouvernement ni na mai ni le logo ba contribuer à tes logos. Dans l'Afrique d'ici, ce qu'on a statut, on a ngunda 6 mois et statut, donc ba statut ba suivre et ba 4 ans. Donc on peut enregistrer moi on a ça ba pesa mbongo au fini ça ce qui kaita 50 ou 420. Donc bon on est ko aider na eloko, you know, it's better than nothing. Yes na ba pays ba poto et tout, ba futa ba mbongo on a ba futa au délan. Ils ont dépendre de ba facture ou ba bazala non. But après c'est bazomi comme moi muke. And then also in my list, something that shocked me the most about South Africa, it was, when we talk about disaster, oh my god, during COVID, in Corona, oh my gosh, guys, you know like, I always tell people, we always talk, me and Tanti Fora, shout to Tanti Fora, we say like being here in South Africa is like, it's a blessing. It's a blessing to be here. You know, another thing that we go to, the country that we come from, people like Zimbabwe, people like country like Zimbabwe, country like Congo, you know, okay, those countries that I know, okay, Zimbabwe, we know, all of us, we know what is happening in Zimbabwe now. And then I also talk about Congo, you guys, most people, you know what is happening in Congo now. So country like that, you know, during this COVID, I was so blessed to be here. Because yes, I didn't get no help because I didn't look for it. But in Corona, they help people. Actually, they increase our money. That's money, grant money that I was saying that they increase it for 900. So I was getting for my boy 900, and this was a lot for 6 months. 900. So it was like wow. In Congo, most people, the government do not do nothing for the people. They didn't do nothing. Most of African countries, the government they didn't do nothing. They get so much money to us, and then they eat our money. At the same time, they don't help us. That's how we end up again. Because come on, guys, come on. Let's just eat one day. South Africa, that's South Africa. They did sharp. In Corona, they did help a lot of people. Most of our country, like Congo, they did not do so. Congo, they didn't help. I didn't see if it was the government help. Most people that helped was organizations that were helping. We're talking about how South Africa, how the thing that can shock you about South Africa, things that South Africa that they're doing. Guys, please don't focus too much on the media. Most of the time, the media they're just trying to show you guys what you guys want to see. The bad side about South Africa. Yes, it does have the bad side, also have the good side. Me personally, as I'm sitting here, I know a lot of the good side of South Africa.
Well, I guess South Africans don't even know how blessed they are. In fact, at this point, I will have to advise South Africans not to even relocate to any African countries because there's no African country that will give you the social grants that you benefit from your own country. Like you can imagine a foreigner also benefits from the social grant. She's not the first person saying it. I've seen a Nigerian guy, which I've shared his video here. This Nigerian guy also said that his children also benefit from this social grant. So that's very nice of South Africa. And one thing I learned from this video is this: if you stay in South Africa documented, trust me, you will enjoy the country. You will enjoy the country very well. You can imagine someone who is properly documented in South Africa. She's also benefiting from the social grants. Not even that she is a foreigner, right? So that is to tell you that if you stay in South Africa documented, trust me, it's for your own good. But if you are in that country undocumented, you won't enjoy the country. Like I've said this countless times, and as you can see, those sister also said it that South Africans they don't like it when you are in their country undocumented. I also heard her say free housing, that South Africa also give free housing. Now I understand why undocumented foreigners sometimes they do ask for free housing. Now I understand that in South Africa they actually give free housing, but then it's not for undocumented foreigners. Like if you are in South Africa illegally, whatever thing that they are giving to the people is none of your business. And trust me, it won't get to you. She also said that South Africans, they enjoy freedom of speech in South Africa. She's not the first person saying it. I've shared a lot of videos where those that have been to South Africa and those that lives in South Africa, they keep saying it that South Africans enjoy freedom of speech. Little thing they are out there protesting against it, right? And the government listens. So I guess in Africa, South Africa and Kenyans, these two countries, the citizens are bold and they are fearless. But I guess South Africa, they are the ones that enjoy freedom of speech very, very well. Though in Kenya, is like Kenyans want their voices to be heard, but their government is not allowing that, right? So I'm so excited that I came across this video. This video has also made me to understand that whether you are a foreigner or not, as long as you are in South Africa properly documented as a foreigner, that you will benefit everything that South African citizens are benefiting. And this sister have said how kind-hearted South Africans are, how nice they are. Are you getting it? So do know that anyone living in South Africa as a foreigner and has continued to speak down on South Africa or have continued to speak negatively about South Africans, just know that such person is an ungrateful person, or is either he is undocumented. Of course, you know that undocumented foreigners in South Africa, they trust me when I say that they don't enjoy the country. They do not enjoy the country, and you don't expect someone like that to begin to speak good about South Africa, right? No, 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 we don't expect them to speak good about South Africans, but those living in that country, properly documented, they all speak good about South Africa. But if you see anyone speaking bad about South Africa and the person is properly documented, just know that the person is an ungrateful human being. Because even back in his country or back in her country, trust me, the things that they are benefiting from South Africa, their government can't give it to them in their own country, even though they are citizens of that country. Their own government can't give it to them. So if they're benefiting all those things in South Africa and yet they come out to speak negatively about South Africa, they come out to speak bad about South Africa, just know that you've met the wrong person. You've met an ungrateful person living in South Africa.